Hey designers, we're going to talk about hierarchy today. Hierarchy is a concept in graphic design that you would face really first when you're laying something out. When we say layout, we mean lay out a headline, a subheadline, body copy, pictures, that sort of stuff. And our job is to make sure that things are clear and to organize information and ideas so that it's consumable by your viewer. It's hard to do, but with the idea of hierarchy, you should be able to start at least getting a feel for it. Combine that with art and design elements and art and design principles, you'll have a mix of tools to use. They take a lot of practice, but hierarchy is very much a cut and dry rule. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use three things: a headline, a subheadline, and body copy. So, I'm just going to do this with text. Um, So the first thing I'm going to do is just drag a line here. Move this out of the way so I can actually see. There we go. And this is going to be my headline. All right, Alt drag that. Alt, there we go. There we go. And call this sub headline. Then I need one more copy. That's going to be body copy. Okay. The headline is going to be the first thing that grabs your audience attention. It's going to be big and bold and short and sweet and attractive, and it's going to have some tasty words in it. It should have all of those things. That's the first thing you want people to read. So I'm going to make this headline a little longer. Maybe I'm going to call it "This is the headline." I'm going to make it bigger. So I'm going to do 72-point font, maybe a little smaller than that so I can actually fit it in there. I'm going to make the font a little more interesting. Make it a little bigger now that I see the font. And maybe I throw a color on it. Okay, this is the headline. First thing people should look at. Once they see that, they should dive further into the document. So the subheadline should be the second thing that people look at. So you're kind of going in this order, hierarchical order: headline, subheadline, body copy. So subheadline should be maybe a little longer, something that's less attractive, less big, less like flashy. So I'm going to say this is the subheadline. I'm going to make this a different font. It's less maybe interesting. I'm going to have that live sort towards the center. I'm just going to center justify all this stuff. There we go. Okay. And then you have your body copy. So once somebody reads the headline, they're like, ooh, I'm interested. And then they read the subheadline, ooh, I'm more interested. Then you can hit them with all the information. All right, I'm just going to fill this in with placeholder text. And I'll expand this. Maybe fill it in with a little bit more. Placeholder text. That looks kind of ugly to me, so just putting it in two columns. There we go. Okay, so in order of like weight and importance and like feeling, this is the first thing I read. The headline. It's big, it's colorful, it's bold. It makes me look. That's the first thing. The second thing, I might read the headline, and then the third thing, I might read the body copy. So that's real simple hierarchy in practice. Let's maybe do another. I'm just going to do another page here. What if you had, I'm going to go back to here. What if I said, I had this much information, but, I had a graphic as well. I'm just going to reduce the amount of text here. Take this back to one column and just reduce this a little bit. What if I had a graphic? What if I had a picture? And pictures really are the star of the show. And you're like, I want people to look at that first. So what you'd choose is size and like how potent that photo is. I'm just going to use a box for an example, but that box would be, my photo would be big and it would be powerful. And maybe that's the first thing I look at. Now I have this different order. I have probably photo first, and then headline, and then subheadline, and then body copy. So I've kind of changed the order based on the size and the importance of this photo. So you have to choose what's first, second, third, fourth. The worst thing you can do is have everything be the same importance. Everything's the same. So here's what not to do. If I said, I'm going to do a brand new page. If I did, this is the headline, and I did, this is the subhead, and maybe I changed the color on that just to change it a little bit. Maybe I said that was blue. And then I said, this is my body copy. Maybe this is maybe a little smaller just to play fair. Oops, that's not the one. But maybe I make it black. Black, maybe I do insert with placeholder text. There you go. I have no hierarchy here. I don't know what to read first. Is it the body copy because it's dark and it's like there's a lot of it? Is it this because it's really bright? Is it this? I don't know. And your audience will move on. They won't read it. So create hierarchy, create an order for your information and for your graphics to live in the same document together. If you don't think about it, your document will be confusing. So hierarchy is a great first step in design.